Welcome to week 4 of the 52-week financial challenge. You've taken some big steps so far, building an emergency fund, finding ways to save, and automating your finances. This week, we're focusing on how to cut expenses without feeling like you're giving up the things you love. Cutting costs doesn't mean you have to live on rice and beans or give up your Netflix subscription. It's about being intentional with your spending and finding creative ways to save money while maintaining your quality of life. Let's dive into practical tips that will help you trim your budget while still enjoying the things that make you happy. Why cutting expenses matters. When you reduce your expenses, you free up more money for savings, debt repayment, and investments. But it's not just about the numbers, it's about taking control of your financial future without feeling deprived. Small changes can lead to big results, and the best part, you don't have to sacrifice your lifestyle to make it happen. Step 1. Identify your spending priorities. Before you start cutting expenses, take a moment to identify what truly matters to you. Ask yourself, what brings me the most joy or value? Are there expenses I'm paying for out of habit, not necessity? What can I live without or replace with a cheaper alternative? For example, if you love your morning coffee, keep it. But maybe you don't need the premium gym membership you barely use. Step 2. Cut back on non-essential expenses. Here are some smart ways to save money without feeling the pinch. 1. Eat out less, but smarter. Dining out can be a budget buster, but you don't have to give it up entirely. Set a limit. Reduce your dining out budget by 50%. For example, if you spend $200 a month, aim for $100. Look for deals. Use apps like Groupon or happy hour specials. Cook at home. Challenge yourself to recreate your favorite restaurant meals. 2. Rethink subscriptions. Subscription services can add up quickly. Cancel subscriptions you don't use regularly. Share accounts with family or friends for streaming services. Switch to free alternatives for music, audiobooks, or workouts. 3. Use public transportation or carpool. If you're spending a lot on gas and maintenance, explore carpooling, biking, or public transportation. It's cheaper and often more eco-friendly. Step 3. Shop smarter, not harder. Being mindful of how you shop can save you hundreds of dollars a year. 1. Buy in bulk. Items like toiletries, cleaning supplies, and non-perishable foods are cheaper when bought in bulk. Just be sure you have storage space and will use the items before they expire. 2. Use coupons and cashback apps. Apps like Rakuten, Honey, or Fetch Rewards can help you earn money back or find discounts on purchases you already plan to make. 3. Opt for generic brand. Store brand products are often just as good as name brands but cost much less. 4. Practice the 30-day rule for non-essential purchases. Wait 30 days before buying. This helps you avoid impulse spending and focus on what you really need. Step 4. Lower your utility bills. Cutting back on utilities is an easy way to save without affecting your daily life. Tips to save on utilities. Unplug devices. Electronics draw power even when not in use. Switch to LED bulbs. They use less energy and last longer. Adjust your thermostat. Set it a few degrees higher in summer and lower in winter. Bundle services. Combine internet, cable, and phone plans to save. For example, if you reduce your utility bill by $30 a month, that's $360 saved in a year. Step 5. Negotiate better rates. You might be overpaying for services like insurance, phone plans, or cable. Here's how to lower those costs. Call your providers and ask for discounts or promotions. Compare rates with competitors and use that information to negotiate. Consider switching to a prepaid or pay-as-you-go phone plan. For example, negotiating your car insurance rate could save you $15, $50 a month. Step 6. Find free or low-cost entertainment. Fun doesn't have to be expensive. There are plenty of ways to enjoy life without breaking the bank. Explore local parks, museums, or community events. Host a potluck dinner instead of going out. Use your library for free books, movies, and workshops. Join free fitness groups or try workout apps. For example, instead of spending $50 on a night out, have a movie night at home for free. Do this once a month and you'll save $600 a year. Step 7. Review your spending weekly. The best way to stay on top of your expenses is to check in regularly. Review your bank statements and receipts once a week. Identify any unnecessary spending and adjust for the following week. This simple habit keeps you accountable and helps you make better financial decisions. Meet Jessica. Jessica, a 35-year-old nurse, was spending over $500 a month on unnecessary expenses. $150 on dining out, $70 on unused subscriptions, and $280 on impulse shopping. Here's how Jessica cut costs without feeling deprived. 1. She limited dining out to twice a month, saving $100. 2. She canceled unused subscriptions, saving $70. 3. She started practicing the 30-day rule, cutting impulse spending in half and saving $140. In just 1 month, Jessica saved $310, which she used to pay down debt and add to her savings. FAQs about cutting expenses. 1. How do I know which expenses to cut? Start by tracking your spending for a month. Look for patterns or areas where you're spending more than you realized. 2. What if I feel deprived? Focus on cutting costs in areas that don't bring you much joy. For example, you might cancel a subscription you rarely use but keep your gym membership if it's important to you. 3. How much should I aim to save by cutting expenses? Aim for at least 10-20% of your discretionary spending. Even small amounts add up over time. Your week 4. Challenge this week. Pick 3 expense-cutting strategies to try. 1. Identify one non-essential expense to reduce or eliminate. 2. Use at least one coupon or cashback app for your next purchase. 3. Call a service provider to negotiate a lower rate. Track how much you save and add it to your emergency fund or use it to pay off debt. Final thoughts: cutting expenses doesn't have to mean cutting joy. By being mindful and strategic, you can reduce your spending while still enjoying the things that matter most. This week's challenge is about finding balance, spending less while living well. Next week, we'll explore how to set a realistic budget. Until then, stay focused, keep saving, and remember that every small change brings you closer to financial freedom.